Ever since I got Ember back in 2019 when she and Frost were unvaulted, she has been my most beloved, my most favorite frame. Even before when I had regular Ember during the days of World on Fire, I still loved her. I may have more time on Saren than I do Ember, but Ember undoubtedly has still been my favorite. Her current build, in my opinion, is one of the most fun frames in the entire game. I hear people saying that she's mediocre or that Uriel is better, and I sit back looking, I'm just telling myself, what kind of blasphemy is that? Have we played the same game? Are we using the same frame? Like, what's going on here? So I just wanted to take a minute to go over my build for Ember. I play her as a caster frame, you know, the only valid way to play her. Unlike some people who play her as a caster, play her as a weapons platform. I still hate that terminology. I don't know why you would play as a weapons platform. She works as a weapons platform, but I don't know why you would. My current build, I have 3 Amber Tower Forge shards for casting speed, because the faster you can cast, the more damage you can do. It's just, common sense. I also have a 45% bonus on maximum energy on spawn, giving me just under 400 energy at the start of every mission. I also subsumed off her first ability for Roar, because it just boosts her damage overall. I'm also running it with Epitaph. You would need a primer like the Kuva Nuko, but Epitaph, in my humble opinion, is just light years better. You don't need a melee weapon or a or a primary weapon, because you're mainly just going to be casting her abilities, aka caster frame. So we're going to go over the build real quick. Right now, starting off with Goring Power, just overall more strength. Power Drift, more strength. You don't need the knockdown resistance, considering that we have Healing Flame, which anytime you cast her third ability gives you Overguard, thus meaning you cannot be staggered as long as you keep that up. We have Equilibrium, also running Synth Deconstruction on my Kubrow. I'll show that right now. I chase a Kubrow. The breed of Kubrow doesn't really matter. I just run them because of their buffs to resource farming. Gonna need this mod, so whenever the companion attacks an opponent, they have a 25% chance of dropping health orbs, and Equilibrium converts those additional health orbs into energy, helping my energy economy. I'm also running Fleeting Expertise for more efficiency when casting these 2 abilities. I I believe it applies to the drain on this as well. Don't quote me on that, but it absolutely helps with casting these 2 abilities. You're going to be spamming these 2 abilities for armor stripping, getting back overguard, this for just pure damage, prime flow for more energy, archon vitality for health and heat applied, more heat procs. Exothermic, you don't necessarily need exothermic because we're already running arcane energize with equilibrium, and we have such great low cost for casting with fleeting expertise, and we have such a big energy pool with prime flow. You don't really need exothermic, but if you wanted to, you could easily put on intensify for more strength. I just like to have better, energy economy. You have no problem with, even if you take it off, there would be no problem. You still have great energy economy, but exothermic is great, but it is overkill. You have multi augmented for anytime you get a kill, you get mobility strength up to, what is it, 24%? I think something like that. I don't really know. Prime continuity for more duration. You don't really need to duration for Ember. You can even go a little bit lower than this. You do want to watch out. You don't need to worry about the 13.5 seconds on this ability. The only thing you wouldn't worry about would be on War or whatever other subsume you would put on her. But aside from that, that's really the entire build. For your school, what, I forget the school name. I think it's Matter Eye, but it gives you 50% extra casting speed on top of what we already have for Archon shots. So it's well over 150 extra casting speed. I really don't see enough people running casting speed on their Ember. The difference is quite literally night and day. I don't have an unranked Ember or normal Ember that I can show you the casting speed difference, but it's noticeable. It makes a big difference. I'm not gonna use my dog right now because I don't need him. He only really is there for when I run missions for resource farming and my energy economy. So right now I'm going to show my, oh, I haven't gone over my epitaph build, have I? I'm not going to go over it too in depth, but the main thing is you do want to be stacking heat for Ember to help with her heat procs. Cascadia Flare is nice. If you want to copy the build, it's right here. Prime Fulmination improves the blast radius, is a torn multi-shot, heat, one multi-shot, heat, fire rate. Toxin combined with Frost gives us viral heat all day, every day. The enemies will be dying quite a little bit faster due to their close proximity, but I also do an example with them with about 1 or 5 enemies to show what it would be like with them spread apart. Due to Ember giving you 5% ability strength per enemy in close proximity that has the heat status on them, I'm gonna start with casting Cast Roar, Armor Strip, just start town. And that's about it. That's not even her full power either, because I didn't even use her immolation. When it gets to 90%, you get more damage for her. I don't know if it just applies to all her abilities, but it definitely applies to her fourth. I haven't really played this game in a while, so my knowledge is a bit here or there. Gonna do it again. Strip. Pure destruction, and I didn't even use power transfer, which gives me that meter right there. That gives me 50% extra casting speed. One more time, full meter. Gotta let roar reset. Just like that. That's all it is. Now I'm going to spawn one enemy to show the damage, because that little fire around them, that also transfers to other enemies, so in close proximity they would be dying faster. Overguard working its hardest right now. Oh crap. Do that real quick, get extra casting speed. These are extremely, and yeah, that's not too bad. Again, I'm not saying Ember is the craziest Warframe. In my opinion, I'm going to be brutally honest, she requires far more investment than the average frame to get her to the power level of some other top tier contenders like Saren, for example, or Frost. But she is not as bad as people say, and she's definitely a lot better than Uriel. Her damage is not compared to his fourth, but then again, you have to build up his fourth. You cannot just spam it whenever you want. And his other 3 abilities are kind of trash anyway. But yeah, that's how I play Ember. And we just gotta show a little bit more love, because she is the OG. She's been here the longest. She's been putting in that work. And her heirloom skin is, yeah,